Faro, you're up first, and let's see, who's your first presenter? I don't even know.
Okay, so first of all, before starting, I think it's fair to introduce myself.
Please.
I'm Alex. I was actually a volunteer here last year when we organized the first PechaKucha Night in Faro with my colleagues. So I kind of take it off from them, and this year we are trying to do things together. So it's funny, we are on our second event, and both of them happened during International PechaKucha Day.
Brilliant.
Nice.
So we are kind of used to that. I will start with my presentation first. It's going to be something short. I'm going to rap like Eminem in 100 seconds, and then I will leave my colleagues
100 seconds.
Quality thing.
Hey.
So a 10 by 10, correct?
Yes.
How did you like doing the 10 by 10? How did you think? What did you think about it? It's a new kind of experience.
After I finish my slides, I start taking some notes, on a paper, and then I start recording myself to see if I'm okay talking. And I realized I write like triple things. Like in 10 seconds, I was talking 30 seconds, and I start cut and cut and cut. So yeah, now I have my flow very fast. So it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Okay, well, let's see how it goes. We're excited to see.
Over to you.
Okay, so hi guys, my name is Alex, and for the next 90 seconds, I'm gonna try and explain you the last 13 years of superhero movies. So brace yourself, because as I said, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. It all started in 2008 with this guy called Faro and his idea about developing a superhero movie with Iron Man. He quickly realized it has potential, so now we have other superheroes joining the team, like Captain America, Thor, and this version of Hulk that was so bad they eventually recast the role. In the end, they made all a movie together called The Avengers. But not all Marvel movies were good. Thor 2 was so bad that fans don't even talk about it anymore now. Some were fun, like Guardian of the Galaxy, with this tree saying I am Groot all the time. They made a movie called Civil War with Iron Man fighting Captain America. That was so good, even the competition from Warner Bros. Created a similar version called Batman v Superman. In the end, they added so many new characters that it was already clear you need to watch everything if you want to enjoy the full experience. That's how the Infinity Saga appeared. So what they did, they put 6 gems in the movies before, and the villain called Thanos, wanting to collect them all and reshape the universe. We are now in the Infinity War, a crossover with more than 30 superheroes joining forces to stop Thanos. Spoiler alert, he won and killed half of the population, but the remaining heroes are fighting back in the next movie, Endgame, and save the day. In the meantime, Disney Plus appeared, so now Marvel has not only movies, but series as well, like this weird sitcom called WandaVision. They even planned in advance 24 new titles for the next 3 years. That was my fast-forward presentation, so if you like cinema as much as I do, follow me on InstaBinge, where I publish 1 new review each day.
Wow.
Pull it off.
We know what you love. Very clear.
Now I can breathe.
Same as my son.
I'm so behind on the superhero movies, and it's a little, if you're as far behind as I am, it's intimidating to like get into them. And I think this is going to be my cheat sheet to like get restarted. Thanks for that.
I wanted to say that I believe if you have a dream and you work enough to achieve that dream, you can make it happen. So, for example, I always dreamed about having a Zoom presentation about superheroes. So I spent 13 years of my life watching superheroes movie for this presentation to happen.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Who do we have next? Can you introduce our next presenter?
Let's go to Dovilė.
Do you hear me?
Yeah. Well, let's have a little chat. Can you give us a little introduction here?
Yes. I am Dovilė from Lithuania right now, but right now I am in Faro. I moved here, but last year I was volunteering. I was helping the same organization that Alex is from. So that's how I know them. So yeah, and I want to tell you a little story about my experience about the incident.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Off you go.
So yeah, the first what I want to say that I'm very happy that I'm here in PechaKucha Night, and I'm glad that I can share my little story how everything started from one instrument. And I'm Dovilė Imbrasaitė. Maybe it's a bit difficult to pronounce it. And let's move on to the next. So here you see me. 5 years ago, I thought I will live my adventure in Spain, Mallorca, but because of my health issues, I spent there only 1 month and I had to come back to Lithuania. I had 3 blood transfusions and doctors figured out that I have some problems with my kidneys and the healing process will be long. And luckily I have my loving family that were waiting for me. And they did all their best to make my life better. And my twin sister was always there for me, even though she was in the capital, Vilnius. So that's why she's on the phone pictured. So I was living in the small village with the 200 people, and I didn't know what to do because I couldn't work because of the health, and I needed some motivation to wake up every morning. So it was ukulele that I already had for a few years, but I never played it, so it was kind of time. So I started with choosing the easy songs to play, and dear Lord, it was super difficult and to play and sing at once. So, but that material I filmed and I used on my YouTube channel that we had already with my sister created because, you know, we dreamed to be a YouTube stars. So with my parents' support, day by day, I felt more inspired to learn new things, new programs such as Photoshop, Sony Vegas for video editing, and I even bought a microphone to improve my quality, you know, to look more serious. So here you will be able to see my YouTube channel, which we called Sassish channel. And we didn't gain a lot of subscribers, but you know, for me, it was like a treatment, like and I didn't really care what people think about it, because whenever you realize that you live once, who cares about that? It's the most important how you feel, you know? But after a while, I started to feel lack of purpose again, I guess, because it wasn't going anywhere. As you saw, few subscribers, few likes, few views, and you know, it didn't look like it kind of helped the world or something like that. No purpose. And I think it was a great time to change something. And so with my mom every morning on the breakfast, we ended up talking about the new purpose where this YouTube can lead for good. And one day my sister said that she heard her colleagues talking that they are missing beautiful educational songs for kids in Lithuanian language. So that was a huge catch for us. And we started to brainstorm about the YouTube musical videos for kids, imagining characters, the themes, the image, and the tree that they will be living in. I know, it sounds a bit weird, but we didn't think about anything else. I mean, how we gonna make it, and was just a huge wish to do it meaningful. With the super positive energy, I guess I attracted a work offer and I moved to capital, and still I had some spare time to develop idea because, you know, I needed to earn money to make this thing happen. And more specifically, I was writing scripts for videos, and we were in contact with my mom all the time. She helped with the song lyrics, and she's a good writer, but nobody knows it yet. I love her so much, and she's an amazing woman and the best mom. So we told our idea for one friend who is a filmmaker, and he loved it. And actually it didn't took so long, and we had our office together. So we already had one good filmmaker, and we needed to solve something with music because my ukulele skills was horrible. So luckily one day my friend from Israel came to Lithuania to visit his wife's family, and we had a meeting, and he said, I can do it. And we didn't even had him as an option. We got super happy, and you know, I think things come to the right places unexpectedly. So it's our little journey visualizations of how our video backgrounds was pictured, and the outfits that actually didn't really work for camera, and the logo that I drew by my hands. And so yeah, and we built everything by ourselves you will see in the next pictures. Yeah, here's our office that we had. We recorded songs, and yeah, it was very super fun process, but we never did this before. We just did how we feel, you know. And if you are curious where we got this money from, yes, of course, we took from our salaries that we earned on our permanent jobs, and we didn't have saved, of course, and it took very long, but it happened, you know. The most important thing that it happened. And yeah, and this is our first videos that we recorded. You can see in this, yeah, and this is how it looked, our background. And this is our YouTube channel. We called it Jausmučiai in Lithuanian. Like if I translate it, it means emojis, but in a cute way. And yeah, and it has only 2,000 subscribers, but for Lithuania, it's very good, you know. And during the lockdown, we gained quite a lot of views. So we are very proud of it, and we got noticed. Parents started to send us pictures with their kids watching watching the series. It's a huge reward for us, very warming hearts. And all of it happened because of this little instrument and because of supportive family and friends. Always you have to find something positive in any situation. No matter what, it will lead you somewhere to something beautiful. Do what you love and love what you do. Actually, it made me to heal so much faster. So yeah, thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
You love and you get better. You feel better.
Yeah, definitely. So just need to find something positive in your environment.
I think that's going to be the theme of the International PechaKucha Day, positivity. Yeah, it's coming out so often. That's positivity and love, obviously, but everybody's talking about that. I think maybe that's what the PechaKucha community is all about. Yeah. Yeah. You know, and you really just hit that on the nail on the head again. Yeah.
My kids have watched you on YouTube before. I didn't realize this is who I was talking to. I said, "Oh, this is familiar. I know this." Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So they are learning Lithuanian.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll walk in and well, this has been a while. They're a little bit past this, but they did watch this when they were a little bit younger, and it's probably like in the algorithm somewhere. But yeah, sometimes I walk in and I watch them watching a YouTube video in another language, and I'm just thinking, wow, interesting. They're just watching. There's in another language, just watching away.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
No, you've been missing out. There was no internet when we were small, you know. So
yeah.
You got to kind of learn all these languages just by watching YouTube.
No, we should put feel free to put your YouTube channel into the chat so everybody can see it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When we finish chatting do that though. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So very, very nice. Lovely presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, we're going on to Gloria.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Gloria. So,
hello. I will present me quickly. I'm Gloria. I'm 27 years old, and I'm also not from Portugal. I'm from Italy. But I was a volunteer too. I was a volunteer too in the last few months in Portugal. And I'm just waiting to spend my few days with my family, and I cannot wait to come back there because right now I feel like it's my city, became my city, Faro. Right. Today I will speak about my story and my body transformation.
All right.
Okay. I wanted to name this presentation Behind My Smile because it's what I work today. I think that you can always give a smile to everybody, to the cashier in the supermarket, or to your mother, or to the old woman that is sat with you in the bus. It just can warm up everybody. I was born in 1993, I was told you before, in a normal family in the south of Italy, where family is really important. I was a good daughter, I was a good student, I did sport and what everybody was doing in my age. And actually, my parents were working when I was a child, and I spent most of the time with my grandmother in the kitchen. And you know, if when you are a child, a few kilos extra are, at least in the south of Italy, are concerned like you are really healthy, I don't think it's the same when you are a teenager and you weigh a little bit more than the others. So I started to grow up and I started to ask myself why I was not like the others. I was not seeing beautiful like all the other girls, all my classmates, all the girls in magazine. Just because I couldn't wear the same dress like them, and most of them because these societies is made by stereotypes. We must be tall, we must be thin, we must be beautiful, fashionable, and I didn't fit any of these categories. So I started to be to think that I was not able to be like the others. I was like the rare one, the ugly one. So I say, I don't have the power to change my life. I will be in my comfort zone. I will eat, I will continue eat, and that's it. But in some way, I wanted to, people love me. So I start to think, I have to think about how can other people love me. My power was that I wasn't not ashamed. I was not ashamed to speak. I wanted to defend the others. I want to represent the others. So people start to believe in me, to see them, to see me like their leader. And that was more or less the cover that I had. No, I was the strongest one, the fat one that could fight against everybody. When I grew up, I started to work in bar, restaurants, and all the people were always asking me, how can you always smile? No, because I always printed on my face this smile, and it was like for me natural. All the time I was starting my shift, I was okay, Gloria, it's show time. It's time to dress your beautiful smile. And my boss was happy because people were coming back and tell him, where is the chubby girl? The chubby girl can make me a coffee? Because with her, I'm more happy. 10 times break for coffee. It's like, okay. But I started to hate myself more and more and more. In the same time, I was doing university. And you know, university makes parties. And guys actually were coming to me just to ask my friend's number. It was not really funny, no? So what I was doing, I fight with myself for 7 years, more or less. And while I was smiling in front of the other, I was crying alone. I went in a really huge depression. And it's not easy to change. I didn't speak with anybody. I didn't have the power, but I don't know what's happened. In 2019, one day I went out from the shower. I was naked. I saw myself in the mirror, and it was like, okay, I'm not the same person that I saw like 5 years ago in the mirror. I've lost like 15 kilos, but I was continuing dressing the same clothes. I was so focused on what the other people were thinking about my image that I didn't even realize that my body was changing in a natural way without any stressful diet or in any stressful way. 1 month later, that realization, I wanted to change my life. I backpacked everything. I left my job. I changed city. I started a new life, and most of that I put aside all the toxic thought that I had in my mind, because I started to say, I don't want to be what the others wanted me to be. I want to be just myself. So I start to do sport, to eat healthy, to see them like my best friend. Also during my travels, I was okay. Today, I will not take transportation. I will do 30 kilometers by foot, but then I will eat McDonald's, you know? But what did I learn from this experience? That people don't have to judge others. You don't have to feel bad for the other people thought. You must be feeling comfortable with yourself and don't care about the others. We are the one that write the stories of our life, not the others. Right now, I can see myself in the mirror. I have a lot of imperfection. Of course, I have. I think perfection doesn't exist, but I love myself because I feel comfortable with my body. So, does exist a formula for the eternal love? Mathematician put that I show you on the screen on papers, but what I think is that the eternal love is just to love yourself, your life, your body, and just after that you can start to love other people, because if you doesn't accept yourself, your body, you cannot love the others. So now, before I was smiling for the others, now I'm smiling first for myself.
Bravo!
Gloria, well said. So yeah, and I can, you know, your biggest beauty, to be honest, is what comes from the inside. And I just look at you, and I, you know, for the first half of the presentation, what's she on about? What's she on about? It's all right, you know. It's like, yeah, but it's that mind shift you have to do in your own mind.
Yes.
No
The change doesn't come from yourself, it cannot come from the others. That's what I think.
People say to you, tell you, you know, if you don't believe in yourself.
Exactly.
So anyway, I'm glad you love yourself now. So you should, absolutely should. So.
And we really love, we were just saying, we love your presentation. It was really lovely and coherent and really funny. And
thank you so much.
Great graphics.
Lovely.
Did you do them yourself?
Yes, of course. I was doing volunteer actually in Faro, and I learned there also thanks to Alex. He was my social media mentor.
Wow.
It's how we met in Faro.
It all works out. It all works out.
Great. Well, thank you for a lovely presentation.
Yes,
Thank you to all the great, amazing presenters from Faro. We are so glad to be connected to you, and we're going to go ahead and move on to Kyoto.